Hey everybody, Aaron here. Welcome back to another anime review. Today we look at episode 5 of Danganronpa 3. So, yeah, this episode was not bad. We get to learn a little bit more backstory before certain characters inevitably perish. I'll tell you right now, there's a lot of people that die in this episode. We also get a little bit of, I want to say a little bit of everything this episode. We get a little bit of action, a little bit of drama, a little bit of the mystery concepts. But I will have to say that I have issues with one moment, and it's only the one moment of this whole episode. Like, that whole episode was perfectly fine. I had issues with one moment, and I'll talk about that moment when I get to it in the review. But it's just with one certain character, with the reasoning behind what they're doing and how they're doing it and why they're doing it. So, but let's talk about the episode nonetheless, because overall, very solid episode. Gave us a lot of background that we needed on these characters. Anyways, so we learned about the ultimate confectioner and the ultimate pharmacist. We learned about their backstories finally, and more so, they were honest to God good friends at one time. It looks like they met each other during a kind of unfortunate accident where two dogs were killed by a speeding car. It looked like, or maybe a motorcycle. I think it's either one. But anyways, the dogs were killed, and the pharmacist, even back then when she was a little kid, was able to make concoctions of the, to save people and all that. And she was actually able to save one of the dogs alive using the pills that she had. The other one unfortunately perished. But what that happened was these two were actually walking and saw that the little dog survived and thought, that's amazing that she saved their life for the little dog, and at least saved one of them using her medicine, which caused them to kind of become friends. And for the various scenes after, we learn how they grew up and stuff like that. But let's talk about what's happening currently with these characters. So right now we have the ultimate blacksmith going at her in almost, I want to say I'm trying to think of like a Fate Stay Night type of scene. I didn't take a good image of it, unfortunately. I tried to, but I kept messing up the image for some reason. I don't know what the heck's wrong with my computer today. But anyways, he had a whole bunch of swords next to him, and I'm like thinking just Archer from Fate Stay Night. That's like all I could think about during the whole scene. But I swear to God, I think someone was trying to make him look like that, because I mean, with the red hood and everything, whatever. But he's about to battle the ultimate, pharmacist, which, by the way, it would really help if I remember the names, but I forgot. I just know their titles, which is weird. Like, I remember their titles, but I forgot their names. That's, whatever. Meanwhile, we have Asahina and the ultimate high school boxer in battle with one another in the hallways, trying to fight. At the same time, the old man is talking to Monokata about various things, and we learn that Monokata used to be really close friends with the old man at one point. They protected each other during the battle that took place during the very bad incident that happened. And by the way, if you do not play the games, or if you're going into this kind of blind or semi-blind, the ultimate bad incident, it's got a longer title, but I just call it that because it's easier to say, was essentially what happened. It would cause I guess I want to say the world shift that happens in the story, in the sense that all despair started hitting the world so rapidly, and what many people had to do was they had to try to fight to survive, and that's where kind of the Future Foundation arc even became to be, because of that incident happening in the first place. Meanwhile, though, the blacksmith's still trying to fight the girl and failing horribly, but during this, we learned one major thing. We learned the weakness, or more so the penalty, the penalty on the wrists, if anyone forgot about that. Her penalty, at least the ultimate pharmacist, is having the shadow touched by anyone. So thus, if you go into their shadow, she would die. So she's trying to avoid that at all costs. Now, this is my only part of the issue with this whole episode, and my only issue with kind of story for these characters. So we learned why the one girl is so hell-bent on hating the ultimate pharmacist. We learned that she is pissed off at the fact that she never ate any of her sweets. Despite this might blow your mind, folks. Despite the fact that the ultimate pharmacist told her at one point that I cannot eat sweets because the medicine I take, if I mix sweets with it, it will kill me. So a girl telling you that, like, if your so-called friend would tell you, oh, if I eat this, I'm going to die, you're not going to feed them that, and you're going to understand that, hey, they're not really able to eat that, if they're going to die in the process, right? Like, she's talking about how she started taking advantage of her because it was easy for her at one point, because she was always so pissed off at the fact she didn't eat her sweets. And I was flipping out. I'm like, is that really your reasoning behind this? That's dumb. That was like the dumbest thing for me the whole episode. Like, honestly, I don't know. I don't know how you guys feel. Put in the comments below if you watched this episode, thought this was kind of dumb too. honestly, this is the weakest part of this whole episode. Probably the weakest part of the series so far. I had a feeling that it was something really stupid at one point, but you know, it's still that stupid. It's like, come on. Now, I forgot to mention this, and I'm mentioning it now. So after, well, more so during the sequence of them explaining, her stupid backstory, we have the ultimate blacksmith who's looking for what it looks like a gun, and what he ends up doing is he ends up going to a room that we don't know who the room belongs to yet. We really don't. This is not known yet. But he goes into the room, and meanwhile, the guy outside, I forgot his name, and that's terrible. The fortune teller guy. Oh, sheesh, I cannot remember that guy's name for the life of me either. I'm so bad with names. Anyways, the fortune teller is still getting shot at by helicopters. More so now, even more helicopters are shooting at him apparently. And what that causes, is the whole building to shake at one point, which causes bookshelves to fall over, and we see a giant Monokuma door behind a bunch of bookshelves. What does that mean? That means clearly someone has been working in this place, and my guesses on this. This is my guesses. I'm not 100% sure, but I'm gonna guess this. I'm gonna say that's where that girl is, Monica. I'm gonna say she's in that room right now. That's what I think. I'm not 100% sure, but I have a feeling she's in that room. That's my guess to it. My other guess, maybe it's one of the betrayers, is that was his like secret room or whatever, his or her secret room. But I'm still gonna go first and foremost thinking that's Monokuma's room, or not Monokuma, excuse me. That's Monica's room. I said Monokuma. Anyways, so Asahina is still fighting the Ultimate Boxer, which gets interrupted at one scene when the pharmacist who has been constantly chasing after this girl after breaking through the window that she was in, is chasing the confectioner. She breaks through a wall, which, why not? And when she breaks through the wall, she actually ends up running into Asahino and Naegi. And what's funny about that is that these are like, I think the first time they're seeing each other like the way she is currently, and they're like, wait, what? But luckily, Monica comes in with her android, which, by the way, if you guys, I know a few people said, oh, we're not sure if that thing's an android yet. I'm pretty sure it's an android when you see her using controller, and that's what's running the girl in the wheelchair. So I'm just assuming that's an android. Anyways, though, that's what I'm saying. I mean, unless she's comatose, which would make no sense because we saw her eyes moving. So I'm gonna guess the whole thing, the whole package is an android. But we have Monica saying that she wants to save Naegi and Asahina because apparently she needs them to entertain her more, which that's kind of interesting. I mean, probably wants them to be the last ones on purpose, and I'm very curious what that entails exactly. But yeah, she saves them from the Ultimate Boxer, and back to the old man again, which, by the way, this episode kept going switching back and forth. Like, honestly, it was like a camera show where it was going from one part to another part to another part to another. It was doing it very well, mind you, but it was just doing that constantly. That's why, if you might be going, well, what the hell is, you're on this scene and you're on this scene, it's honestly because that's how the episode was. But we have the old man telling Mankata who the killer probably is. And the thing is that the old man, he's like, I don't know if I trust you, because right now they're kind of on thin ice with each other. I think Mankata is going crazy. I'll be honest with you. I think that's one of his biggest things. I think when Chizuru died, or Chizome, when she died, I think he went a little bit kind of psycho in his own head. But the old man reveals one of his weaknesses. His requirement on his bracelet. And it's answering a question with a lie that will cause him to die if he does that. So he's telling the truth 100%. Monocutter still doesn't believe him. He still thinks that he's psycho, and he ends up killing him. The old man puts him a fight. He stabs a part of his rebar that was holding him in place, stabs it into Monokata's eye, so he did some damage to Monokata. But it's not enough. The old man is dead now, so we're running out of characters really fast. Danganronpa 3, if you think about it. Like, honestly, what are we at? Like, let's see. I'm trying to think of who's left. So I know the blacksmith's still alive. I know Monokata, Asahina. Probably like several characters left, not even, probably a few less than that, because as we learn, as we see in the next scene, with the timer on the bracelets goes off, just as the ultimate pharmacist is looking at some memories and reminiscing about the good times that her friend had when they weren't hating each other. Which, hey, listen, you know what? I feel bad for the pharmacist, because in the next scene she is the one killed during the killing game portion of this whole thing, which, in case anyone forgot, yeah, killing game's still on. So that even though they've been running around killing each other, killing game's still happening. That's just them going crazy and killing each other. Which is this Danganronpa takes everything to a whole new level of crazy. Like before it was crazy, this is like 10 times more crazy if that makes sense. But anyways, I feel really bad for the pharmacist of all the characters simply because she's the one that doesn't deserve any of this. Like honestly, she was just trying to help people, and she ended up wanting a friend, and her friend took advantage of her. That's the easiest way to describe this. And what can she do about it? She couldn't do anything about it. The friend took advantage of her. Obviously, is not that much of a good friend if she thinks about it, But she's unfortunately dead now, so we're having even less characters left of the show. It's funny. I mean, this is the 5th episode. We have what another 8 episodes left, I believe. 9, 10, 11, 12, 15. Yeah, another 8 episodes left. I'm curious what's going to be coming next. I guess they're not going to. My thoughts on this are really not. They're not going to focus on the killing game probably the whole time. They're probably going to have to switch it up at one point or another. Because I mean, honestly, if this killing game, then what? The next several characters are to stay alive for this whole episode, or for the next couple episodes. That'd be kind of weird. Because I mean, honestly, they're running out of time already as it is. But anyways, I would love to hear some theories for you guys. If you have any theories about what's going to happen next, put them in the comments below. If not, just say what you thought of the video was. As always, I will talk to you later. Hope you enjoyed the review. Bye bye, everyone.